Is this Philadelphia Eagles team another underdog story right now? You know, I brought up the mask, and I'm just thinking, are we talking playoffs? Mm.
Come on, man. Yo, Moneypot about to start.
I know, I'm coming, man.
Yeah, grab your notepad, man, for real.
Fuck it, man, come on.
Yeah, man, they be spitting shit, man.
True.
Yeah.
Side dive, that boy.
Money pop, money talk. All they do is talk facts. Bird gang. All they do is talk stacks. 360 on the new view. Go run, tell the ad. 40-yard dash time. Moss Money podcast time. S.co headlines.
And we are live. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Moneypot Podcast. I am your host, Moss Money. And of course, I got my guys with me. I see him in the background. D Diddy, what's up, boy?
What's up with it, man? We here, man.
We here, man. You missed my opening, man. I had to bring out the dog mask.
Oh,
I brought out the underdog mask. You want to know why I brought out the underdog mask? Because I'm looking at this schedule, and I'm going to bring up the poll question for all you who are with me right now. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all the above. Here's the question. The Eagles will make the 2021 playoffs. Agree or disagree? These are these takes, man. And just like you know what they do to me, bro? They laugh at me. They're like, what is this MFer talking about? Is this Negro serious? Right? But
I'm just waking up and you hit me with all this.
But what they do? But what I said something about Fletch. I said something about, well, it could have been a QB change around week 6, 7. And I thought it was Flacco. Could have been right, could have been wrong. There was a lot of buzz with Minshew. If they would have lost to Detroit, I think that QB would have came through. But hey, you can't hit them all, right? I was done with Sirianni at the beginning of his press conference. Completely done. And we've already seen that happen over and over and over again, right? So I've hit a couple takes over the years, way before, weeks before, and then people kind of catch up. I'm looking at this schedule, bro. They are a pick, close to a pick in this game, right? Against the Chargers. We talked about it yesterday. Why are they even remotely close, right? But looking at the schedule with that extra wild card, they are literally one game out of the last wild card spot. Believe it or not. Believe it if you want, but believe it or not, they are one game out of the wild card spot. Looking at the schedule, stick with me. I know you're not feeling it. It's like, yo, don't be wasting my time in the morning with this horse shit. But we got the Chargers. Winnable game, supposedly, per the line. The Broncos at Denver. Tough game, winnable game. Is it not a win? That's a win. Without Von Miller, they don't got no pass rush now.
I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Okay, all right, let me do my thing. Saints at home in cold weather right before Thanksgiving. I think it's a winnable game, right? Then we got the G-Men, winnable game. Then we got the Jets, winnable game. Then we're on a bye, and then we go Washington football team, Giants, Washington football team, Cowboys. If they win today, and they lose to Denver, tell me why they couldn't go 3-0 going into the bye week, having 4-1 in their last 5 games. Putting them at 7-6, right there in the running of the wild card at the end. And then coming back from the bye, having to see Washington and the G-Men 3 out of the next 3 games and finishing with the Cowboys, who the Cowboys might not even play nobody because they might have this whole shit already wrapped up. Talk to me. Agree to disagree, man. What you think?
What's our record?
3-0. 3-5.
3-5, and all of a sudden we're gonna win. We're gonna go 3-0.
I love it.
I
I
mean, like,
love it.
come on, man. Come on,
Come
man. See,
on,
this is
man.
the prop. See, to the people out there in the world. I'm gonna look at the camera.
Go and
This
talk
is
to him.
what happens with the Philadelphia Eagles fans and
Talk
Philly
to him.
fans, regardless. We are very passionate about our sports,
You see the energy I
right?
brought this morning.
All that energy. He had the dog mask. He
Right.
loud. You know what I'm saying? It's early in the morning. My ears is going crazy because he's speaking so loud and he's speaking this fantasy that's way far. And if we do this and if that happens and how have we got? Come on.
Come
We
on.
got 3 wins out of 8. We beat Detroit Lions, which I thought Detroit was going to win that game, and they blew them out. So kudos to the Philadelphia Eagles
Absolutely.
to handle their business. But do you
Yep.
see how we start getting all crazy when we beat the Detroit Lions? Now we gonna make the playoffs.
Playoffs?
We were just talking about changing the quarterback a week ago, talking about Nick Sirianni in these flower pots, and now we're talking
We're
about
going about
in
playoffs.
2021 we're gonna make the playoffs.
We're talking
Listen,
playoffs.
First off, I did a little research on this game,
Okay.
and I'm trying to figure out why the game is so short for the Chargers, not for this
Correct.
quote unquote Moss Money's playoff Eagles. Get that out of here, because we're gonna be
I like that.
we're gonna be nip and tuck with every
like
team
that.
that we play in the future. This is what I see about it. I think throughout the week, I think the line was always going to be probably no more than -3.
Okay.
Right? I'm not sure what it opened. What did it open? Do you see what it opened at?
I gotta go back. It might have been 2.
Right. So I would say my guess that the game would never have opened up no more than -3. You got a
Mhm.
West Coast team that's been kind of like up and down. They haven't been playing really well, good football these last few weeks.
They have not.
So you got to put that in play. They're coming West Coast to East Coast.
Yep. Always a gym.
Right, they're playing a desperate team in the Philadelphia Eagles, quote unquote desperate. I guess every game now is a must win for them,
For sure.
and a team that's coming off a complete blowout. And then also, I want to say that Justin Herbert was limited in practice this week with a hand injury. So you got a lot of.
It's coming together, right? Isn't it coming
I
together?
feel you, but
It's coming together.
we're still underdogs. So with a team that's not playing well, coming from West Coast to East Coast,
For sure.
starting
sure.
quarterback hands hurt, and they're still favorites. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But the line is giving everybody to play the Chargers. They want a lot of people. It seems like they want a lot of people to get on the Chargers here. That's the scary part. So if you're looking at the Vegas picks here, this would be an Eagles play. But for me, I ain't that gullible. But the line sets up like it's set up yesterday. If you watch college football with Purdue and Michigan, where that Purdue was a really short underdog, and they dominated that game from start to finish. It does look like that type of setup. I just feel as though Chargers as a whole is a much better team, and the Chargers' weakness we don't do, right? And that's running the football. Although last week we ran the football, I don't see that happening. I feel like the mentality of them wanting to keep up with Justin Herbert is going to be how they're going to play this game. They're going to want to pass the ball, which is unfortunately not the strength. The weakness of the Chargers, and that's running the football, because the Chargers cannot stop the run, but we don't run it. So for me, it'll be a small play, only a small play on the Chargers here, because I feel as the Chargers are the better team. But it's only going to be a small play because the line is the Vegas line. Us doing analytics and handicapping and breaking things down is really telling me the Philadelphia Eagles. But
for sure.
There's still nothing. You can't tell me a win over the Detroit Lions is going to change my mind about this team. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I'm just, me, man. I'm having fun with it. You know what I mean? I gotta pull something. I gotta pull something out of my ass to get to look at the extreme of what this season could be. And I'm just going to ride with it. You know what I'm saying? I ride with it, all my takes, as I usually do. And, that's the point of having this mic. This is the point of having a platform. You can't be scared money to say what other people think is nutty and crazy and call you a clown. You know what I mean? And I've proven a lot of people wrong this season so far doing that. Amen. So, I'm going to keep with that. I see it as, like you said, the line to me is saying the Eagles, right? The line's so short. There's no reason why this line is this close. But like you said, Herbert hurt his hand in practice.
Mhm,
I think they're down to they don't have their starting corners. I think they
mhm.
only have they're dressing like 3 corners today, possibly. For the Chargers. The backup running back Jackson is out. Eckler has a hip injury that he's still getting over. It's just building up like the Eagles should supposedly win this
Mhm.
game. So like I said, everybody out there, I know it's a nutty thing, but I don't think it's as far fetched as people thinking.
The
Um,
making a playoff part, sorry, Moss. Yes, that's nothing because I don't care if we get past this game. There's going to be some games getting in the future. We're not going to beat the
right.
Cowboys.
Oh well, the Cowboys is the last game of the year,
We'll probably
so
split one of these or lose to one of these Giants or Washington because this is
right.
what we do. We do that when we're good.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
come on, man. I'm not really going for that. Let me look at this schedule.
yeah. Go ahead, go
Be
ahead. But
my last push on this Eagles topic.
yeah, last push on it, and then we get right into the games, man. I
Yeah,
know we get this foolishness out the way, man. I need to
please
get
let's
that
get
out.
out of here. Let's see where we at. Let's look at this.
I'm telling you, man, out of the next 5, I see maybe one loss. Winnable. They're
Oh my
all
God.
they're all 50-50 games to me.
We are 3-5. He says at the next 5, he only see one loss. It just boggles my mind.
I'm just saying.
Like we just all of a sudden just hit a switch against Detroit, and now we ain't gonna lose.
Well, there are a lot of bad teams we're facing.
I mean, it's going right, but we go we you know
I mean, we've shown so far we beat bad teams. That's what I'm saying. Like we beat bad teams. The Raiders aren't a bad team. Tampa's not a bad team. Chiefs are a bad team. We were competitive, you know what I mean? But we beat the Falcons, bad team. We beat the Lions, terrible team. And we beat the Panthers, bad team. So
so
are the Saints a good team? Even though the record is
I
say
don't know what the Saints are going to be by the time they see us. They'll have a quarterback possibly situated by that time we see them. That's going to be tough.
that's what I'm saying.
I know they're coming to Philly, so it might be a little cold, but
So yeah,
that
so not a good team. The Giants aren't a good team, and the Jets are terrible.
but we're going to lose we're going to lose to the Giants or we're going to lose to the Jets. Like one
Right,
of these games we're going to lose
right,
because that's what we're
right.
going to do.
Hmm.
So the Saints, we might mess around and have be all hype and beat the Saints, and then mess around and lose to the Giants. That's what the heartbreaking cardiac fucking killers do when we just get a little bit of hope. Whether it's the Phillies, we go on a 10-game, 11-game run, and then
Right.
we'll lose 20 games straight, or the Eagles, we'll go on this. Oh, we just beat blah blah blah. And then we'll lose to the bum ass Giants or the Jets, which is going to happen this year. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Believe
I,
me. Mark my
I
words.
I like this energy I'm pulling out of the crowd here. You know what I mean? I like this energy. We talking about the Eagles could win. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's go. Let's fly.
We could
You
beat
know what I
Dallas.
mean?
We
Let's
could
go.
beat Dallas at home. See, this the Philly fans, and I love y'all, man, because I just like to be. I just don't like my heart broken, so I just be like, man,
Yeah,
fuck it.
I feel you. I feel you, man. But we'll get more into that. But like I said, man, everybody out there on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, man, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button.
Let's get into it.
Hit in there, agree to disagree. Let's get into what we do. Let's get into the games. Let's get that music popping. Oh, a little loud. My bad. My bad. My bad.
We can't hear it, brother.
You can't hear it again?
Mm-mm.
You know what? I had to switch it up because of. Oh, you know what? I can't even use it. We got dinged on that. We got dinged on the Monday Night Football. You know what I mean? Can't even use it. All right. Do. Let's bring it in like
You gotta
that.
jazz it up. Put a little jazz to it, and it should be.
That's
okay.
all I got, man. That's all I
All
got.
right.
I got to
All
work on it. Got to work on it. You know what I mean?
got you.
Got to work on it. All right, let's go with the first game of the week, man. I'm not going to spend too much time on this game. It's the Houston Texans versus Miami Dolphins. The line is sitting at 5. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to our book that I typically use, FanDuel. Let me reset that and go by that. So if you're on, it is Houston Texans versus Miami Dolphins anyway. But go to FanDuel and you'll follow how I'm looking at the plays. Houston Texans versus Miami Dolphins. Tyrod Taylor will start today. That line is still sitting at 5.5. Total is 46.5. I looked at this game. I tried to get an angle. I tried to make a case for the Texans. I cannot. I'm gonna pass this game.
Hey, man, I got a text earlier this morning from my buddy that follows the show, and first thing he says, and I woke up like, what the fuck? He's like,
Right.
man, I really think Houston's to play today. And I'm thinking in my head, out of all the games that's on this slate this week,
Yeah.
and you wake up, the first text you talk about is you think Houston is to play today? My guy, I love you, brother. And if you listening, I don't think those are games you need to be worried about. But I do think with Tyrod Taylor on the start getting back in the starting lineup, I do think the +5.5 is a little high. So if I was to lean anything, and if you guys are leaning, I like Houston here. I think Tyrod Taylor is a leader. I think he's
Hmm.
shown that he can move the ball. We see that in week 1, week 2, and I think Miami they're just not good. Even when their
Hmm.
starters are there, they're just not able to kind of continue and finish the fight. Just give me Houston here on with the points. Even if you want to buy up 1 or 2, 1.5, get it to 7. I don't think they lose by more than 7. So let's lean me over on Houston here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that I was trying to make the case for Houston because it was either Houston or nothing for me as
Hmm.
well, but I just couldn't because I don't know what Tyrod's going to look like right now. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
He's been out for a little bit. He's a vet. He's been around. He's been here before, so I can see that happening, but I just couldn't see it. And now that line just went off the board, so I don't know if something changed
Uh-oh,
to make
something
that
must have
line.
changed.
Yeah, something for that line to go off the board. All right, next game. Looks like this line got hit. We got the Denver Broncos going to Big D. Dallas Cowboys. The line is now -9.5. Total is 49. Um, with Von Miller off that defense, this is a big change for Denver. So that they're in complete rebuild mode. Um,
Oh, damn, jump on that line. Get on Houston right now.
wow, what happened?
Tua's out.
Two is
Just popped
out.
out. Yeah, it just popped up. That's why
Oh,
the
that's
line. That's
why.
why the line went off
That's
the
why the
board.
line went off the board.
You're not gonna get a good line on Houston now.
So who? Jacob? Is it
I
Brissett?
guess
Is that the backup there?
Jacoby
Jacoby? I
Brissett
mean,
is.
Jacoby
Yeah,
Brissett? Yeah. Ah, all right. That's why that line. Damn, he was a late scratch. That's crazy.
yeah. Will not start today. Small fracture, left middle finger.
Yo, he gets hurt, dog. Like he gets hurt all the time. Like it's crazy how injury prone he's been. But back to the Dallas 9.5. Total is 49.5. I like the first half in this one. It's under a touchdown, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I like Dallas in the first half. Um, a lot of these big favorites have been covering,
Hmm.
which is insane. So if you told me you like Dallas in the points, I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I am not mad at you if you like Dallas in the points right now. So if you like Dallas in the points, um, it's a good call. I don't see how Denver can slow this Cowboys offense down, especially without Von Miller presence there anymore. He wasn't even playing though, right? He was out anyway.
Yeah. He got
Yeah,
hurt the last two
yeah.
weeks. Hmm.
So, but it still sends a message to your team. Like we just got rid of Von. He's obviously been a staple and a cornerstone in Denver for years and years and years.
Hmm.
So when you get rid of leadership and veteran and a locker room presence like that, it always affects your team in a negative way coming out. So I think that I like I like Dallas here, and wouldn't be mad if you put him in a teaser.
Yeah. I think that the line is where it needs to be at home. Dak's coming back.
Mm,
Obviously, Denver has fallen with not only just losing Von Miller, but they also had the injury bug too. Um, Especially against that offensive line. I think Melvin Gordon has an ankle injury. So it's kind of lining up for Dallas to kind of cover that 10. I think here, I like that first half play, especially if you get
hmm
it at a
It's
good number.
-6,
Yeah,
-6.
with a 10 and a 6 is about right. Is about right. I
Yep.
think what's going to happen is I think Denver's going to have a tough time to score. I know that Teddy's beat up. Right. I know he's like
Mm,
barely hobbling around here, whatever he has his injuries. I know the last game he looks really bad, just moving around, his mobility. And I think they lost Noah Fant to the COVID-19 list.
Oh, Noah's out too.
Yeah, I believe so.
Let me check
Um,
that. Wow. So why is that line even getting hit? That line got touched. It was at -10 for a while.
right. So what is it now? It should be 10.
It's 9.5.
I see it at 10 right now.
Yeah, it got touched. Oh, I didn't know Noah. Yeah,
Um,
you're right.
but the thing
Noah's
is when you
out.
look at the ATS for Denver, I want to say they're like 23-5 with Teddy Bridgewater. So
Teddy wins.
yeah, so
Two glove Teddy, man.
it is an ATS, play here. When you look at the numbers, Teddy's
Yeah.
23-5 ATS away as a starting quarterback in the NFL, and then the Cowboys are 3-7 ATS against non-conference home games. So that's interesting. But I think in
Hmm.
this case, Dak wants to see where he is with the calf. I think he's going to push it a little bit to see where he is. I think they're going to try to move the ball, and for some reason, um, who's the offensive coordinator? I can't think of his name for Dallas, the young
Kellen
guy.
Moore,
Kellen Moore. He likes throwing that rock.
for sure.
So we'll see that going on here in the Dallas game. I would lean Dallas. I like your play with the first half for sure, but Dallas will be in my teaser plays. I'll get them that
Yeah.
total.
Yeah, I like Dallas in the teaser play. And for those folks who were looking at that Houston, Texas game, that line has shifted. It is now -4 Miami Dolphins. Total drop to 45 and a half. And the money line is now plus 180 per Texans. So if you
Mhm.
want to touch it a little bit. But see, to me, is is it an upgrade or is it just an even for Jacoby to play at the moment?
I don't see it being an upgrade. I think
And I
I
think
don't know.
Devontae Parker's out too, right?
I know they were limited. They were limited for sure. Devontae Parker and um,
Who? Wiggins?
yeah, the Waddle, right?
Oh, Waddle. My fault. You're right. Yeah.
I think they both were struggling, but Devontae played last week. Is he out this week?
I think
I don't
he's
think so.
out.
I don't think he's out. He was playing last week. Did he get hurt again?
Yeah, they put him on IR.
Devontae was on IR.
They put him on. They just put him back on IR.
Oh shit.
Right? Like this dude, man. Yeah, I'm now. I'm more on looking at it. I mean, that line's going to come down more. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
might be a nice little small teaser play there if you find something to marry it with. It's an early game,
Yeah.
so if you take a loss and get them up to what say is a 2-team teaser and get them over,
Get him over
11 and a
10.
half over 10. That looks good to me.
That looks good to me too.
Maybe
I like that.
Dallas and Texans right there.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah. Keep a little Dallas two-team
I just
teaser
can't see
with the
Miami
Texans.
blowing a team out.
Yeah, but just to, like I think when Farm comes on, when Renzo comes on, he does he plays his teasers. He don't like betting bad teams.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? And these are two bad teams.
Mhm.
So, we'll see. The next game is Minnesota Ravens, but I can't even look at it. It's off the board as well. So I'm not sure what changed in that. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll come back to that. Next game is New England Patriots going to Carolina. This was supposed to be that Cam come back home game.
Mhm.
New England is favorite -3, total is 41 and a half. I don't have any side in this game. I don't think Donald's playing. I think it's still a question mark if he's going to play. I know he's been limited with his shoulder,
Mhm.
so you gotta love New England here if Donald's out because who is it? He's a Temple guy, right? As the backup.
Yeah. Was it Parker?
T- no, is it Johnson? Josh Johnson?
No, not Josh Johnson. It's like
Who's that backup quarterback for
yeah,
them?
it's like Park. It's like Park
I'll
something
tell
with
you.
a P.
I'll tell you in a second. Walker, Paul Walker.
Walker. I say Parker.
Yeah,
Walker.
yeah. You
Yeah.
said Parker.
PJ Walker.
PJ Walker. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So that line is at 3. I don't really have a play. If anything, I would be tending towards the totals.
Mhm.
At 41 and a half. I might look at the over here. New England's been scoring at least 20 points, but Carolina's been struggling. CMC is supposed to be playing today. So that's got to be worth something.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I said it's got to be worth something. I didn't say it was worth everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be worth something. And like I said, I don't know if Sam is playing or not.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think, and I think it would be a downgrade if he doesn't play, even though he hasn't been playing well. But this is a pass for me. But I would lean New England if I was playing it.
And I'm right with you. I think New England's showing that they're fighting really hard. They've done a lot these last few weeks. More better than I thought they would be doing, especially with the young guy at quarterback.
Yeah.
And I like how they showed on these away games. They kind of performed really, really well. I would with the Panthers the way they've been looking, struggling with their starters out there. Obviously, CMC's not been out there, and he's coming back. But how healthy is he going to be? Will he be effective? I'm pretty sure. But I think the way Patriots defense is, they'll be able to corral CMC, at least keep him contained the best they could. So give me the points there. I mean, give me the Patriots here. I might know the short line. I like to take it by half a point, get it at 2.5,
Yeah,
and I'll
good
take
call.
them. Yeah, either that or the money line. Um,
Yeah, the money line's short too. It's not even, it's barely 2-1. So
right,
that's a let me write that down. That's
right.
not a
That might be
bad
a nice little parlay piece.
yeah, nice little parlay piece to do New England money line there.
Hmm.
Not a bad play. Not a bad play. I like that. All right. Next game. Not too much to say on this one. I think it's obviously one side or nothing. Buffalo Bills at Jacksonville. The Bills are now favored by minus 14 and a half. Totals 48 and a half. That's Buffalo or nothing for me.
Hmm.
I looked at this game and I actually like Buffalo with the points. I would buy a full point,
Hmm.
get that under the 2 touchdown, get under that 14,
Hmm.
get it at 13 and a half. But I actually like Buffalo as a play here. Actually, you know what?
Lock it up.
Lock it up.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. Lock it up. And Robinson is hurt too for
Hmm.
Jacksonville.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. I'm laying the chalk. I'm laying the points. You know what I mean? Give me Buffalo minus 13 and a half, buying the point, paying for the juice. Um, they've beaten every team that they've beaten by double digits. They have I believe they have two losses, but every other team, they haven't beaten a team by just a touchdown.
Hmm.
It's all been double digits. Like going to the schedule here, at the start, they lost to the Steelers. Then they
Hmm.
beat the Dolphins 35-0. They beat the Washington football team 43-21. They beat the Texans 40-0. They beat the Chiefs 38-20. Lost to the Titans, and then beat the Dolphins 26-11. Double digit wins across the board. That tells me and that's not a hot take. You know what I mean? That's them just doing work and beating bad teams. And Jacksonville is one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the league. Give me the 13 and a half.
Yeah, I like that play. I can't argue with that. Unfortunately, the first half is 7.5, but I still think they are up by at least 10 in the first half.
Possibly,
Um,
yep.
yeah, I can't argue about that play. I love to buying a point to get it to a 13.5 or a 2 touchdown, victory there or more.
Mm-hmm.
I see this game being about 38 to 40 plus to 10. Um,
Mm.
Jacksonville just doesn't show me anything. And when I do expect them to show me something, like last week, when I thought they were really going to show up, they just get embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a big opportunity for Jacksonville. Actually, it was the first time I actually was looking at Jacksonville, um, and it just didn't work out. So, yeah, man, give me Buffalo here.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right, next game. So, and let me go back. That Vikings and Baltimore game did come back. Not sure what happened in the background. That line is now -6, but that total has jumped to 50 and a half. I thought it was at, um, no, I think it was always that high. I think it might have been at 50. It's been taken up so much, so a little bit here and there. But I actually like the total. I like the
Mhm.
total here. I like the over. I checked the weather report. Going to be a little bit cold, about 40, 45 degrees in Baltimore. But I like the total here. Um, Cousins knows how to play in cold weather. So I don't
Mhm.
think they'll have a problem against them, a dome team going outside. So give me the total. I
And
like
what
it
is
in
it?
a teaser.
Fifty.
I actually like in a teaser. I like teasing that down.
So you like it over what 43?
44. Yeah, well, 43. Yeah, 43. If you play a 7 point teaser.
All right. So you like Minnesota to be able to score here?
Yeah, I think Minnesota can score. I think Baltimore defense is not what it used to be. Like what we're thinking about Baltimore and defense. And Baltimore scores points. I can see this being a 27-24 game, something like that, somewhere in
Okay.
that neighborhood. So I like the over here. And that gives me a lot of breathing room if I tease it
Hmm.
down.
Hmm. Yeah. Man, it's kind of funny. Like, who is Baltimore right now after that loss they took the other week? Um, they were really vulnerable. I'm really on the fence here. I'm not sure if I want to take the points here with Minnesota. Um, yeah, I don't have a play 'cause I really don't know what team this Baltimore is. I feel like they play a lot of close games, and I think Minnesota can fight, like you said. So I do like that look at the over. If you tease it to 43, I do
Hmm.
see that being like a close sided game. I just don't know if defense is going to be the one that shows up. That's the only issue I have, is which makes it close. So yeah, but if I'm going to lean anything, I will lean the points here with Minnesota.
Yeah, no, I can't be mad at that to keep pace. Philly sports passion. Eagles won't win games. Favorite anytime TD player props today. I do have a couple today. I'm still looking through them, and you're obviously a member, so you're going to get these plays anyway. But just for the sake of the conversation, just for the sake of the game that we're on, I like Mark Andrews to get in the game and to score. I like Mark. I like Mark Andrews to score. That's a plus 135 play right now. So you get a nice little EV. So if you're looking to touch anything in terms of anytime touchdown, I like anytime score. And then look, another thing for anytime touchdown game props. Look at one not only just hiring scoring games and tend to your your favorite, not your favorite player, but your stars, right? Your stars that play. But looking at that Miami game and going back to the Miami Texas game, somebody's got to score, right? That total's 45 and a half. So maybe a little Miles Gaskin in there could be somebody that, somebody's got to score. They don't have any Parker. I mean, is it Gesicki over there?
Hmm.
Yeah, Gasecki, like start to lend to your stars. But for the conversation, I'm teeing in on this not Miami, sorry, Minnesota Ravens game for some props there. And I like Andrews, and then I like Thielen on the other side. You know how Thielen gets in the zone; he finds ways to get in the zone every game.
Hmm.
So, and just some Cook hasn't been scoring. Cook hasn't been running wild as he used to. So I like Thielen to get in the zone here.
You can look at I would look at that Green Bay game. Look at Pricey. Might get a good price on Bryce. Is it Love possibly to score? But I really like Jones to score in that game.
You
Um,
talking about the quarterback?
Packers Chiefs game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Love that's going to be starting for Green Bay. I think they'll try to get a lot of different little screen plays for him, help him out a little bit running the ball. So I think if you want to look at either AJ Dillon or Aaron Jones to get
Mhm.
anytime touchdown, I think those are key, especially against that terrible Kansas City Chiefs defense.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And we'll
think
get to that. Yeah, we'll
yeah.
get to that for sure. I was looking at some of those games too.
Mhm.
All right, so we stopped at Buffalo. All right, next game. Ooh, this line is dropping. Wow. Okay. We got Cleveland Browns at Cincy. The line is now -2, -1.5. Total is 47.5. I saw that 2.5. So that's a big significant drop in terms of the line, almost a full point coming in here 2 hours from kickoff. I don't know if there was a change in injuries or anything like that. I didn't really have a play on this game because I don't know what to make of Cincy. Cincy is a good team, but they had a very bad loss
Mhm.
against the Jets. That
It
was a bad
reminds me of that
loss.
Ravens game. Reminds me of Ravens play Cincinnati. I feel like the same. Like what is this right? What is Cincinnati right now? Like who are you? The way they played last week against
Yeah,
fucking Jets. They
right.
couldn't move the
Yeah,
ball. They couldn't score. As many
yeah. Like
opportunities they
that's
had, turnovers. It was just bad.
it was bad. Yeah, it was real bad. So I think, like I said, I think that I'm not sure about that game. I think I'm gonna lay off, and then I can't trust Baker right now. I really
Yeah.
can't.
This is what I'm
I
thinking here. So look at this, Nate.
Yeah.
I'm looking over the last few games. Can the Bengals put up points? Yes. Right?
Hmm.
40, 34, 31, 41, 17, 34, 11, 25, 22, 24, 21. Those are the last
Right.
5
Right.
weeks. Cleveland 15, 10, 17, 14, 37, 14 against the Cardinals, 47, 42 versus the Chargers, 14-7 versus Vikings. So it seems like with good defenses, games are tight here. And I'm thinking about teasing that teaser and going under 54.5 in this game with Houston. For some reason, I don't know if it's maybe I may not put that teaser and close that teaser there and go
Hmm.
under 54.5. But I don't see this being a high scoring game for some reason. I think, you know, Browns like to run the ball and they like to stay in their wheelhouse. And Cincinnati has good defense. The question is which team is going to explode for points though,
Right.
and if that's going to happen. So I don't know. What do you think about the total in this game?
I mean, I think that I
That's what
like I
she said.
said, I can't trust Cleveland. Right. I can't trust Cleveland right now because I don't Baker's too banged up.
Hmm.
Right. Baker's way too banged up right now. I'm trying to look at what their team total is in terms of points
Hmm.
and where they have them.
Probably
And
about.
right now we have Cleveland at 24 and it's and they have I'm sorry, Cleveland at 23 and a half and they have Cincy at 24.
Hmm.
So it's almost like even, which is weird. So yeah, man, I don't have a play. I don't have a side. I'm not going to force it just because I'm trying to figure it out. But I don't really have a play on that total. It's a division game too, isn't it? If I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
So
thinking the under here. That's why I'm looking
yeah,
at that being a tight game.
yeah. I like the under. I would lean towards the under. So yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. All right, next game. Atlanta in New Orleans, another division game. New Orleans is favorite, -7.
Hmm.
Total's 42 and a half. Ah, man, really not being on Atlanta is makes Atlanta very, very one-dimensional and kind of easier to beat and play. I can't bet New Orleans with Simeon though. I just can't.
No
So
way.
it's a pass for me.
It's Falcons or me. If I'm going to lean
Yeah.
anywhere, it'd be Falcons. There's no way I can trust Trevor Simeon. I've seen enough of Trevor Simeon in Denver, and it wasn't good for me. So maybe he's a new person, maybe he's a new player, maybe he's in a better system.
Yeah.
But either way, it's probably a no touch. It is a no touch for me. If I was leaning anything, it'll be Atlanta here with the points.
Okay. All right, Blue City Empire Sports. We're gonna hit your game right now. We got the Raiders traveling east all the way to New York. New York, I'm sorry, the Raiders are favorite -3. Total is 46 and a half. And just like the game we just talked about before here, man, I can't trust New York. I just can't. I'm not
Mhm,
betting the Raiders, right? It's just too much going over in
mhm,
Las Vegas right now. Obviously with Ruggs, and then I think they had another issue with another receiver or something that came up that was kind of just crazy. Something legal troubles or something that he had. So there's a lot of things forming and going around with Las Vegas right now, and I just can't touch it. I just can't touch them. So this is another pass for me as well. I'm not touching it. I'm not doing it.
yeah,
I would lean New York. If anything, I would lean to the home dog, but I can't bet New York. Shepard's out too. I mean, they're saying Galladay's full go. Ross, they said, is still kind of doing pregame warm-ups and they're going to give you okay. But do I believe in Galladay right now? Like in the beginning, he had some pretty decent numbers, but he's been
mhm,
so injury prone. I can't bet that. And then with Shepard out, the go-to guy,
mhm.
and then you got Devin Booker running the ball. Like, New York's just not a good team. The G-men are just not a good team.
Yeah, this is a pass for me. I don't really have much to say. Obviously, Las Vegas has been going through a lot over the rugs this past week.
Yeah, there's a lot going on
Such
with
an
that.
unfortunate situation
Did
there.
you see that
Also,
picture?
which one?
The one with the them jumping up and doing their
Oh yeah,
thing?
yeah, that's crazy.
No chill. The
I know,
internet's got no
right,
chill.
right away.
Right at your throat. All right.
Um, this I don't know what the Giants are. They put up a good fight against the Chiefs. Still wasn't able to pull that out. They had opportunity. Um, they're at home though. A little chill in the air. I think they were fighting with COVID cases all week too. I want to say 13 players that were tested
Mm,
positive, or staff too, or tested positive. I think only one actually tested positive again. So it was a couple negatives. But I don't know. I mean, I know it was a lot of distractions all week for both teams. The better team right now is the Raiders, though. If I was to lean anything, it would be the Raiders.
okay. Yeah. And now that I'm thinking about it, because I was talking out loud, if anything, it'd be money line Raiders would be a nice little parlay but play. They're minus
Hmm.
152 right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anything putting the Raiders in one of your parlay plays would be a good play.
Hmm.
All right, next game. We talked about it already. The Chargers coming to Philly, playing your Philadelphia Eagles. The line is damn near a pick. Chargers are only favored by 1. Total is 49.5. You talked about it a little bit earlier as we progressed and got to this game. Is it still Chargers or no play for you?
It's still the same play. I'll be surprised if the Chargers don't come out here and play well. Um, I'm trying to picture the game in my mind and seeing
Mm-hmm.
Herbert harassed by our D line. I know their offensive line is not the best. I think they have a couple gaps in there, so it's going to be a tight game. I just think they're just a better team, and the better teams usually prevail. And I just imagine what kind of game plan Sirianni has us going in offensively. Are we going to commit to the run? If we commit to the run, we have a chance. If he
Right.
feels as though this is like Patrick Mahomes coming in here, he has to throw the ball and do all that stuff, then I think we're going to lose, and we're going to lose because we are going to lose, not because the Chargers are going to beat us. But I think the better team here is the Chargers. I'm going to stick with where I'm at, especially with the short line. Something small though, nothing major.
Yeah, and nothing major. And stick with where you're at. And stick with the better team. And what's the better team? Jumping on this A2D membership, only $9.99 a month. Appearances on shows, media streams. You get your weekly shout outs. We're trying to build up another new kind of show just for our members. And of course, the money team gives you the Moneypot plays, and the homie Willie Vegas hits you with the fantasy DFS 1K weekends. $10 is winning you 1K weekends. That's what we're doing. Last weekend, just to give a quick recap, we actually had our first losing, and I'm not scared to say it, our first losing weekend in God knows how long, probably ever since I've started the whole membership thing with giving out picks. And guess what? What did we do yesterday? Smacked them.
Right back.
Right back. Smacked them. You know what I mean? And I told y'all, what did I tell you? We parlayed a hedge. We parlayed a hedge. There was a lot of zane on those parlays yesterday. And taking a little bit of Rose in that UFC action would have been a positive EV play. Right?
We talked about that right before
we talked about that, right? We talked about that. And she won split. So that tells me it was a little 50-50. I didn't get a chance to watch the fight. But I know that at the end, I think Rose poured it in on the end. He got a couple takedowns that got her some points and got her the eventual W. You know what I mean? So what I tell you about Gaethje? Gaethje in the Chandler fight.
Yep.
It happened just like I said.
Yeah.
I saw some of that fight, man.
Yeah, I heard it was a good fight.
Yeah, Chandler had him hurt. Chandler had him hurt. So, you know what I mean? But I'm actually head to head with you, man. Like I said, we got to get a graphic for this head to head stuff. I'm head to head with you, man. I'm going birds here. I'm not going to ignore the line like we kind of did before and try to overthink it. I'm going to see what's in front of me. The line is very short, and it looks like it's ticking up even more. Now the money line, this just happened on FanDuel. The money line now is now -110 the Eagles, and the Chargers are now -106. Even though the Chargers are -1. Listen to that. The Chargers are now our favorite -1. Money line is 106, but the Eagles are +1 at 115 juice, but the money line's 110. Funky numbers right there. I'm not gonna play around with it. I think it's the Philadelphia Eagles on the. What's up, man? Go. Get. If you ain't gonna come in here and say Eagle stuff, then go. Come on now. All right, next game. Big game here. It would have been a big game. Two of the most talented quarterbacks in this league. Green Bay Packers going to KC, going to Arrowhead. The line is -7. Vegas is still giving KC this respect. It's insane.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
It is insane. They're favored by a touchdown. Money line is -335. Total is 48 points. I don't know how you don't take Green Bay here. And then do it blind, right? Just because the way KC has been playing. I don't care if he hasn't played JV football. You know what I mean? The way KC's been playing, they are not a good football team. They're just not. All over Green Bay here. I think Green Bay is the play here. They took I don't even know the homie's name. Is it Love?
Yeah, Love.
Yeah. What's his first name?
Love,
Begins
Love.
with a T. What'd you say?
Love, Love, Love.
Love, Love. Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. So they took Jordan Love high for a reason. He's
Yeah.
been on the pine for a little bit. I think the kid can play. I think he knows the offense. Is he Aaron Rodgers? No. Right. But I think he'll be able to stay enough in this game. And like I said, I would bet Green Bay blind here. I really would. Just the way Casey's playing. I don't care who's playing quarterback. Just the way Casey's playing, they haven't covered. They have to be the worst team, if not one of the worst teams against the spread this whole year. They barely beat the Giants. They lost to the Titans. They beat up on Washington. They lost to the Bills. They beat the Eagles. They lost to the Chargers, lost to the Ravens, and they barely beat the Browns. And the Eagles were like, this is when the Eagles were what? The Eagles were just all over. Like, they were bad.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles were bad. You know what I mean? And they still, they were in. Actually, no, I can't take that back. I got to take that back because I remember watching that game. KC dominated that game. You know what I mean? Because Hill was everywhere. I think Hill had like 3 touchdowns that game and like 300 yards.
Yeah, we had a second half, comeback. Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say a comeback, but we were just the defense had loosened up again, and they were able to, move the ball down it.
So Philly Sports Passion 85, the pub go all over the Packers, as they should be. You know what I mean? I think there's some, so back before in Philly sports, if you've been betting for years like we have, you know how the slate goes. The line, so everybody listening, this is how the line kind of happens. The early lines come out, right? They usually drop on Wednesday, right before Thursday night game. But and that's just for like back in the day when you couldn't bet on your phone. Like you used the big cards, you would go to Delaware. Those lines didn't drop till Wednesday. But if you look at like Westgate and all that stuff, the lines, you could look at the look ahead lines. So right now there's a look ahead line into next week. And you can actually bet the look ahead line. And a lot of professional bettors look at the look ahead line and see what's the difference in their, power rankings. They do a lot of power rankings with professional bettors and stuff like that. I'm not a big into power rankings and stuff like that. So they look at those look ahead lines. And then what happens is that you can use that to your gauge to how to bet this stuff. But it used to be very early, you would see some syndicate and professional money come, and then you would see the public bet throughout the week, right? And the line might shift there and there per that. And then coming up to game day at the end, you would see late money coming in, and usually professional money and big money would come at the end. Now, because in Jersey, right, you got $1 billion a month in Jersey coming in, and then you got Nevada that has like 600 million in sports bet monthly, and then you got PA that's right behind them. So just on the East Coast alone, there's over $1.5 billion in sports betting every month. So when you say the public's all over the Packers, yeah, because the psychology has changed where some people haven't caught up because there's so much public action. Mm-hmm. So now the public is dictating the line sometimes, and not those kind of, the professional sports bettors, they're jumping in just when the line's right for them. It's not so much in the beginning or the end. It doesn't matter now. They're just jumping in where they feel like the line is good value. And right now for me, at 7, buying a half a point to get it over the number to 7.5 at the Green Bay Packers, I'm taking that because the numbers dictate and tell me that KC is probably like 2-8 against the spread, and they've only played 6 games. You know what I mean? So I'm taking Green Bay. Packers all over Green Bay, and I'm not a public guy. I'm not a chalk guy. I typically don't go with the public. I go against the public. Just like we said last week, everybody was on the Eagles. We even said it on the Eagles. But if you follow on my gram, if you follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, as soon as everybody started saying Eagles, I'm like, man, I need to put $1 million on. I'm sorry. As soon as everybody said Detroit, I need to put a mortgage on the Birds because everybody was going Detroit. 85 to 90% of the money was on Detroit. And that line was at 3.5 for a reason. So I'm looking at this the same exact way. The line's telling me that Vegas is still having a public team like KC be bet higher, and I'm just not buying it. So until KC proves to me that they can blow bad teams out, which Green Bay is not a bad team. They're above average team, even with Jordan Love at quarterback. They're barely above an average team. If not an average team, I like the Green Bay Packers at the 7.5. And that's all I got to say about that. God damn it.
You said it.
You know what I mean? All right, next game. We got the night. Oh, no, I skipped the game. My bad. I'm already jumped on this one. I jumped on early. I believe a lot of the injuries are actually true, but we have the Arizona Cardinals at San Fran. The line is now -4 and was 3.5. Total is 45.5. I'm going San Fran here, man. I don't see Murray playing, especially if Hopkins is not. I think Hopkins is going to be ruled out with that hammy. They need him from the long haul. And I think Murray, they're going to call. I think they're going to pull Murray with that ankle injury he has. We've seen what Murray can do when healthy, right? We've seen what he can do when healthy. But when he's hurt, they are not a good football team. They need him for the long haul. They went all in. The Rams went all in, but they also went all in, going with the plays that they made to make this Super Bowl run, right? They know they're going to make the playoffs. I already put money on San Fran. I think the line is showing that more than likely Murray's going to be out. If Murray's out, that line drops to probably 6.5 very fast.
I'm with you. I agree. I think those key injuries, I mean, we've seen how bad it was with just Hopkins out last week with
Right.
Murray. It was just like they couldn't move the ball against the Packers, and they were struggling. So with both of these guys out, yeah, give me a hard-nosed 49ers team that probably will stay with the run, slow the game down a little bit, put a lot of pressure up on that backup. I like your play here. Give me the Niners.
All right, next game. Titans and the Rams. The Rams, it was kind of short line for me, I think. Night game, Sunday night game. The line is sitting at -7. Total is 52.5. I mean, the Rams have just been killing people. You know, the Rams have just been running people and look like an easy favorite for Super Bowl. And with Henry out, I don't know what this Tennessee Titans team is. I mean, I know they got AP back, but he fits the mold of what they do. North and South type runner, that keeps chugging along. But he ain't Henry, right?
And this is first week back off the street. I mean,
yeah. And I believe he might be in shape, but we haven't seen anything that, he's just not that running back anymore. He can still take the ball 20 to 25 times, but it's going to be 20 to 25 times for like 70, 80 yards. It's not going to be like 25 times for 140, 150 yards and 2 touches like Henry would. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't have that breakaway speed and that acceleration anymore. He's just a hard-nosed in between the tackles running back, and that's what they want to keep their offense flowing. But they're going to be one-dimensional because when he's not in, they're passing the ball. And I think that makes them easier to defend. The Rams, I mean, I like LA right here. I like them straight up. To be honest, I think they cover the 7. I think they beat up on Tennessee Titans here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be uphill for the Tennessee Titans. Do they have the pieces that can, methodically win games throughout the rest of the season? I do. I just think the Rams are, are they getting ready for a good playoff push as they add, one of the best, Von Miller to the edge. I'm not sure.
3 potential Hall of Famers on that defense right now.
Right. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to. I don't know if he's going to play today. He might be ready to go right away.
No, they said he's not.
Okay, so but either without him ready to go, the Rams are 7.5. Home Titans with a big blow. Rams are teaser plays for me. I would just like to get them to a pick, and that's where I'm going to go with. Do I see them dominating this game by more than 1 score? I do, but on the safe side, they will be a teaser play for me because Tennessee is a good team. Although they lost their workhorse, I feel as though they still can possibly make this game a little bit closer than what we're expecting. I don't see a blowout here, but I would like to get Rams closest to a pick as possible.
This is going to be so much liability for the books,
Yeah.
right? They got this line at 7 for a reason, right? This
Mhm.
is going to be everybody's closeout game
Mhm.
for the week.
Yep.
And teasers, money line parlays, all that stuff is going to come down to the Rams, right? Could this be a trap game? Or
To cover or to lose outright?
to cover? Yeah, to
To
cover.
cover.
To
I mean,
cover. I don't.
I think that line is up there high enough that
Where
it
I yeah, I don't. I think the money line's high enough for them not to lose. I don't see
yeah,
how. I don't see how they lose this game. I can't even think of a way how they lose this game unless Stafford's just off and he's
right.
throwing and we got multiple turnovers. Maybe Mike was it Verbal? What's that he
Vrabel,
says last
Vrabel.
Verbal?
Mhm. Mhm.
He's known to do some special team shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get special teams, big play, turnover, a touchdown, special teams touchdown. Tennessee, is in this game. But I just see that this it's just setting up the closeout,
Mhm.
the closeout for a lot of teasers, and there's going to be a lot of liability on the Rams here. And I think that line at 7 says that to me too, because it's an easy. Like if I'm looking at this slate right now, the
Mhm.
biggest teaser on this whole slate is KC and the Rams, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your two team. It's just so obvious to see with that line sitting there, or maybe Baltimore. Maybe people like a little bit of Baltimore in there, but the biggest liability here is the Ram and the Chiefs. That's got to be a teaser everywhere. You
I
know what I
agree.
mean? So, one of them teams. Every favorite can't win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was I forget what week was that. I forget what it was, but I think the favorites, like I think everybody was going nuts. They were hitting parlays. All these people who were selling bets were saying, "Oh, this whale play did this. We're
Mhm.
back. We're on fire," etc. And I'm like, "Yo, what are y'all talking about? 8 favorites won outright out of 8 games, and you hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Of course. You know what I mean? So looking
I mean,
at this
that's
slate, go ahead.
no. I mean, it's just it happens, but it doesn't happen as often at all. So
Yeah.
somebody's going to lose this week. We don't know what's going to tear the ticket up. We
Hey,
just don't
hey,
know.
hey, James. I hope you put a lot of money on that ticket. I love that ticket. +7, +3.
Mhm.
I would have loved to get that 3.5. Get those hooks in there. You could have got those hooks in there. You know what I mean? That would have been a good play. Good play. All right, last game of the slate, so we can get out of here. And the members who are still watching, man, I can get you over your plays. I'm still going through it. I got my straight plays kind of pretty much and some teasers ready to go. And the lines are shifting, so I want to make sure I get that over to y'all. So last game of the docket, Monday Night Football. We got the Chicago Bears traveling to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is favored by 6.5. The money line is -9. I'm sorry, -9. Money line is minus 295. Total is very low. It's been a long time since I've seen a total this low, but it might hit. Total is 38.5. Uh, Chicago has been playing better. I think they get a big piece in Montgomery back. If I saw some injury report, so that's going to be huge for them. That defense is still playing well. I don't know a lot of people on that defense, but that defense is stout. And Pittsburgh, I know Big Ben was on the injury report with a shoulder injury this week. I just don't trust Big Ben. Judy being out is huge for them. Claypool and Johnson need to step up. Eric Urban is out as well. Harris has been everything that he's been advertised as, but he just hasn't. We just haven't seen that much huge production out of him. For this game. So, believe it or not, I would lean towards the total here and tease that thing up and go under.
I'm with you. I was gonna say, just give me the under.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna mess
would.
around the side. I think the side is too big of a gap, and give me the under there. If the line is telling you 39-40, I'm gonna follow the line. I'm gonna take the under here. If you want to tease it up, then great. But I think right there at 40 should be good. I don't think either team hits over 20 in scoring.
Yeah, yeah. James Little, thanks for being a fellow follower for over, I think, a little bit over a couple of years here, man. So I
Hey,
appreciate you,
hey.
bro. Yeah. So just because you jumped on, and before we get out of here, and for everybody still watching, just to give you some of the plays that we looked at and liked for today, we liked Buffalo buying a point. We're head to head. B Diddy likes the Chargers. I like the Birds. You know what I mean? And then I think we're both in agreement about the Green Bay, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Yep.
those were our heavy leans, and we like Buffalo as a lock. I think we both agreed on Buffalo as a lock, and Green Bay as well. A little bit of Dallas first half in there too. We don't mind a Dallas teaser. Probably like the Dallas teaser a little bit more if you compare that with something else that you like. And then a little prop play for everybody still listening. A little bit of Thielen, and I think a little bit of Mark Andrews. I think that's his name, right? Andrews from the tight end from Baltimore on the Ravens.
And we said you did say Aaron Jones or Dylan, right?
I did not say. We didn't touch any of those prop bets.
I did.
In that Green Bay game. But go ahead. If you got some, go ahead. Let them know.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime touchdown, Love, AJ Dillon, or Adam or Jones, I think possibly all three can possibly hit the end zone. I think they're easy plays there. You would think the Green Bay Packers would try to protect Love as best as possible, so you see a lot of screen plays to Jones or Dillon. Dillon's usually their heavy back. I see one of those three, if not two of the three, if not all three, getting into the end zone this week.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like the play. I need to actually get my guys to play, our members here. So we got some plays here. Need to finish up and get this out to them. So for everybody who joined, everybody who listened, everybody who rock with us, I've always appreciate the support. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And let's go win some money day, man. Let's have a fucking day. Moss Money, Big Diddy. We out here.
Let's go! This ain't the Fox Tyson Forces gegen Heat Sting!
Oh shit!